Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So here we have my BMW M140i with the recently installed BMW M Performance diff. Today we're going to take it for a drive and I'm going to tell you how I feel about the diff and how I think it's changed the car, if it's changed it for the better or the worse, and give you some driving impressions. So I hope you enjoy the video. Right, here we are. I'll be honest with you guys, I've actually done about 1,000 miles with the differential installed now, and for the first 500 I did take it relatively easy, because in the BMW manual it actually says to drive carefully. Well, it says drive sporty but not aggressive, and I'm presuming what they mean by aggressive is going full Tokyo drift as soon as you've had it installed, and I didn't want to do that. So after the first 100 miles I did start to drive the car fairly hard, but definitely not aggressively. And then once I hit 500 miles, I popped back down to TLB Automotive, and we dropped the oil, and then put fresh oil in it. And I'm really glad I did that, because the oil that came out of the diff after 500 miles was extremely contaminated. And I think the reason why is because of all the assembly lube and grease that's in there. So it's definitely good practice to put fresh oil in there after you've done at least 500 miles with the new diff. But as for driving impressions, it's night and day, guys. There's just so much grip, and when you exit the corner you no longer get that inside wheel spin, and you no longer get that horrible shuffle that the car does when the diff doesn't know where to put the power. It's just nice and smooth and controllable. One thing I have noticed actually is, which is quite surprising, with the open diff you can actually get away with a lot more than you could with the limited slip diff, because obviously, you know, when you're accelerating out of a corner, if it's slightly wet and you put your foot down, both wheels are going to lock up, so it's, you know, the car will rotate. Because of the inside wheel spin with the open diff, you could get away with getting on the power a lot more early. But now you kind of have to be a lot more careful with your inputs and a lot more smoother, which, as a keen driver myself, I really like that. But yeah, it's just fantastic, guys. It feels like a little baby M car now. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it just feels absolutely planted. You can really rotate the car on the throttle now, and you know exactly what the rear end is doing, and it's just confidence inspiring, to be honest with you. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. It just squats and goes. It's unreal. A lot of people say that four-wheel drive cars are a lot better at getting the power down, but you know what? This M140i with PS4 tyres and a locking differential, I beg to differ, guys. I mean, look at that. It's just stunning around that corner. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you a video of me trying to do a donut when it had the open differential, and I'll play the clip now. Yeah, so as you can see there, it wasn't a very good donut. It didn't go very well at all. I had momentum, but the inside wheel just got overwhelmed and started spinning up, hence why there was all that smoke, and it was just not very pleasant at all. It shouldn't be like that. And now I'm going to show you a video actually in the same location of what it's like to do a donut with the locking diff, and I'll let you be the judge of the difference. So I'll play the video now. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a clear difference there, and it is just so easy to do that. It's so controllable. You can just balance it on the throttle. It's lovely. So guys, would I recommend the B&W M Performance Diff to anyone with an M140i? The answer is yes, I would. I'd also recommend any locking differential for this car, whether you go for the Quaif, the Wave Track, or the M Performance Diff. It will literally transform the car. It's fantastic. With this amount of power and torque on a rear-wheel drive car, to be honest with you, it should have had one from the factory. Obviously, they need to bridge the gap between the M Performance cars and the proper M cars. So I get why B&W didn't offer a locking differential on this car, but it's a shame because it's so damn expensive to put one on there. But if you're keen about driving, if you're a driving enthusiast and you want to drive this car at a good pace on road and track, then I would definitely recommend getting that B&W differential installed. Alright guys, thank you very much for joining me on today's video. I hope it's given you a slightly better understanding of how the M Performance Diff really transforms the M140i's handling. All I can say is, just go ahead and buy one. If you can afford it, it's the best mod you can do for this car. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Do you have an M Performance Diff? Do you think it's even worth it? Let me know what you think. Thank you.